My name is Darius Jansa. I'm staying here in Cologne in the studio. My colleagues in Belgium, Wim and Simon, are sitting in Belgium. We will do this seminar for you together today. Thank you for joining us. If you have questions during our presentation, you are invited to use the chat function, and we will present the questions afterwards at the end, so maybe around in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And I don't want to talk. I would like to start. Wim and Simon, can you hear me?
Yes, Darius. Hallo. En thank you. Goeiedag iedereen. Ik ben Wim Laporte van IGUS België, de verantwoordelijke voor lineaire geleidingen in regio Vlaanderen, samen met mijn collega Joren Kestens.
Bonjour à tous, moi je m'appelle Simon Baudard, je suis le responsable pour la région de Bruxelles, la Wallonie et le Grand-Duché du Luxembourg. Je serai donc votre interlocuteur principal en français. Voilà. Mon collègue Wim va maintenant vous présenter les avantages de nos produits.
Yes, indeed. Today we'll talk about our linear tables, which can be used for many purposes. As you can see in the following video, we solved an application for a customer, helping him to unfold a solar trailer. I hope we have a moving image soon, and we can see the function of the big SLW, which is built in the trailer itself. So it's an outdoor application. Our linear tables can do this because they are very robust, they are resistant to dirt, and they work without external lubrication. That means they can save you a lot of time in maintenance. Furthermore, we also have them in stainless steel for extreme surroundings. And yeah, maybe you also want to configure a system on your own according to your wishes.
Yes, that's a very good idea, Wim. Darius, can you maybe help us and show us how to configure such a linear table with the online tool?
Yes, I can do it for you. For example, we said today the topic is extreme surroundings. That means we are going to a stainless steel system without lubrication. Everything is clean and it works outdoors or in contact with food, in contact with chemical fluids. And how easy it is to get a drawing, to download a 3D file, to get a documentation, and what kind of possibilities we have. Different options for accessories, carriages, and everything I will show you. In the first step, I would like to show you how easy it is to configure this kind of system. Let's say we need to move 100 kilograms with a stroke of 300 millimeters. How easy it is, I will show you now. For this case, you can visit our website, IGUS, and you see here different categories. In this category here, configurators, you go here to linear technology and choose the SHT drive configurator. You see here, this part is here with one carriage, and it's okay for us because we have this system I showed you, it's also with one carriage. I can continue. We need a corrosion resistant system. We said we need to move 100 kilograms. That means size 12 is perfect for it because it goes up to 220 kilograms. We continue. We said the stroke has to be 300 millimeters. Go to the next step. We do not need accessories. And now we are on the last step. We can download a dimension drawing, for example. What we see here in the last step is the price for the system. We see here a 3D view of the system. We can download a 3D step file. So just click on this button and you will find the 3D step file in your download folder without registration, without confirming emails or whatever. Just visit the site. Click a few times and you get all these things for free, very uncomplicated. You have here a complete technical documentation of this part. It took a while, maybe, I don't know, 25 seconds. until we have this drawing, because it's a very complicated process behind it. It's the same thing like a draftsman will do. So the system is generating the 3D file, and yeah, now we have this drawing with all values, no value is missing, everything is correct. And yeah, you can take this drawing and work with it also with the 3D step file. So it took maybe 1 minute and you get everything you need.
Thank you, Darius. Thank you very much. I will now present you a few applications and for you to see how customers use our product. I will now share my screen. Just one moment, please. Normally, it should be fine. Wim, do you see my screen?
Yes, Simon, perfectly. Thank you.
Thank you. So the first application is a dough roller in the bakery industry. In this application, the customer built himself a linear table made of stainless steel and with the Iglider A160 liners. These liners are FDA and EU 10 2011 compliant. It means they can be used in direct contact with food. These liners are also very chemical resistant, and they need to, as the daily cleaning process is very aggressive. As of all of our products, they all are also self-lubricant. No grease is added, and therefore the risk of food contamination is considerably reduced. The second application is also a custom solution for this customer. It is a pusher application in a fish cutting line. It is made of stainless steel shaft and also FDA compliant liners. The advantages remain the same: chemical resistant, corrosion free, no maintenance, which increase the production time. Another application in the movement of a cutting unit for donor. This customer needed a solution compatible with this food activity. FDA compliance certification was mandatory in this case. But another factor was very important to take in account. It was the heat. Therefore, we used Iglider X liners. This material can resist to up to 250 degrees in constant use and can easily be used with the stainless steel shafts. For this machine, the customer wanted a ready-to-install solution for his camera box adjustment in a labeling machine. It has to be quickly delivered and ready to mount the next day. So we proposed him a SLW standard product, in this case with the position indicator as an accessory. The positioning of the system can now be done with a precision of 0.1 millimeter. And the last application, it is a lane adjustment in a bakery line. It is a special construction using our standard SHTs. Both linear units are connected together and are actioned by only one handle. This unit has also a locking mechanism in order to avoid a wrong positioning during the production. So these were a few examples of what is possible. I hope this gives you a better idea of what we can propose for you and for your application. But better than photos, a video is much more explicit. And my colleague Niels and Darius prepare one for you, especially for you.
From the outside area of Aiges. Very hot today, it's summertime, and I would like to present you today the product range of our SHT linear system in stainless steel. You can use those systems whenever you need corrosion-free systems or you have high chemical resistance. And what that really means for you, I would like to show you now, or I think I better take my colleague to do that for me. So, for example, when you have a lot of dust, like in the wood industry, you can use the SHT without any lubrication. That means when you have no lubrication, you don't have any oil where the dust can stick to. So as you can see here, you can run it without any problem, even though there's a lot of dust around. Please put it in the bin. Or when you have an application where you need chemical resistance, or you have a lot of water where you need corrosion resistance. For that, you can use the SHT in stainless steel as well. As you can see here in our water bath, and we will show you how it looks like when you take it out of the chemical or out of the liquid. Without any problem, the system is running perfectly. And if you need to clean it afterwards, no problem at all. No problem at all. You know, there are sometimes a lot of standardized cleaning processes with chemicals. For all those applications, you can use the stainless steel system SHT. Last but not least, the food industry. When you have liquids or solid food, you can use the SHT, of course, as well. Sometimes FDA is requested. That we have with our SHT stainless steel. As you can see here in the tomatoes, these are not sellable tomatoes, by the way. Even if it's very, very dirty and it's getting to the cleaning process afterwards, no problem. The system is running and you can clean it without any problem. Oh, whoa, whoa. Wow. Still working perfectly. And here you can see already 3 out of the 4 standard sizes we have for our SHT stainless steel. From the smallest one, size 8, up to the size 30 here. So for all applications where you need stainless steel and lubrication systems, you can use our SHT product range. If you would like to configure it, go on our website, check the configuration tool, and you can even order it online, even if there are some special changes or special spindle lengths. All strokes are possible with that system. Thanks for listening, thanks for your support, and goodbye from Germany.
Thank you, colleagues, for showing us all these nice applications. And Darius, you've already shown us how quick and easy it is to assemble, to configure an online SHT. Maybe you can also show us some more functions, what you can do with it.
Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to do it. The thing is, we have here a service for you. It's for free. You just need an internet connectivity and visit our website. And you find here in this category the configurators. When we take a look on the configurators, there are a few more. Today we are talking about this SHT configurator, but you are also invited to check the other ones, like the spindle configurator or the shaft configurator. They are working in a nearly similar way, like this SHT configurator. Well, in the first step, we have seen how easy it is and how quick it is to design a system and to order it. And now I would like to show you a few more functions inside this configurator. Let's start with the number of carriages. Sometimes it's necessary to have an additional support carriage. So you can choose here till 3 carriages in the system. You always see here, it's shown how many carriages you have. And you can choose between a quattro carriage or also, for example, a compact one. Here we want to have a compact one in the middle, but we want that the middle carriage is the driven carriage. What does it mean? That means that the nut that is driving the system is in the middle. We can choose here which carriage has to be driven. This arrow jumps over to the middle carriage and shows us that this carriage is driven now. Okay, we go back to the middle. Okay, we have here 3 different options, like we want to drive the system manually. We can choose some accessories. We can also choose a motor I will show you later, or individualize your pin. Maybe you have a motor or a special hand wheel or a special part you want to plug to the linear system. You can design your own pin. In the first step, I would like to show you the manual accessories. In the second step, you can do a quick configuration like I did in the first run. Like I said, we want to have a system that is corrosion resistant. When I put this button here, every value is default that is necessary for a corrosion resistant system. I can also furthermore customize the system, like maybe I have, there is an application with high temperature. I can choose also here options of high temperature, also underwater options. That means the system is changing the materials of the whole system, maybe from aluminum to stainless steel, and also the plastic bearings are changing to special materials for humidity and high temperature and other options. We can choose between a ball bearing system or a plain bearing system. And we can choose also materials for the shaft and the lead screw. So we can combine different options together. The important thing is every combination here is proved. That means you cannot say, for example, I will show you underwater and high temperature over 100 degrees. It makes no sense. The water is cooking over 100 degrees. So this is proved. And also, if I say corrosion resistance, for example, here, the quick button, I cannot say that maybe the spindle material, the screw material has to be steel, because it makes no sense underwater to work with a steel screw. So everything is proved. You cannot make mistakes inside this configuration. So you can play around, you can design your system, and it works always. So for this example, we said we need to move 100 kilograms for 300 millimeters. And now we choose this size here. Furthermore, you have here more options until size 30. The stroke is over 1 meter and maybe 1,000 kilogram as you can put on the linear system. But let's stay here on this system, size 12. And depending of your options, you see always here the live price for the system for one piece, just to get an idea while configuring, while designing your system, how the price gets lower or increase, and how it works together, or with your option, how it's the behavior to the price of this system. Then we go further. We said we want to have the stroke of 300 millimeters. And then we have here a few other options. We can put here the distance between this carriage and this carriage. And this is important for your 3D file, because in the real life, when you get the system, we said this carriage here is driven. The other ones are moving around here on this system. So it makes not sense to put here a value inside, but for your 3D file, it's very important. Maybe you have a plate that is 100 millimeter long, and you need, for example, a distance of 50 millimeters between the carriages. You can add this dimensions here in this windows here. Then you have also possibilities between different nuts. What does it mean? You can click here and you get a description of all these functions. This is a function we have nearly always. If you say, if you don't know what is a radial clearance, you can also click here and you get this information. In the fourth step, we can choose the accessories. So for this case, we want to have a position indicator. You can also disable this value. So then now you have this system only with a pin, with a standard pin, but we want to have a position indicator. You can choose the counting direction. You can also choose different display orientations. Like here, we have it in the front. You can also say 100 degrees. And you see here in this window, it changed. Okay, so you have always a feedback of your option here. You can see what changed in the system. We would like to add a manual clamp. And also here, manual clamp is shown. I would like to have it on the other side. And last but not least, we want to drive the system by hand. So we need a hand wheel. And we would like to take an 80 millimeters, a bigger hand wheel, because we have 100 kilograms on the system. And we want a folding handle on it. Okay. Also here, if I add a manual clamp or put it away, you see here the price is changing. Now we have the last step. In the last step, we have here a documentation of the whole system. It's a technical documentation, so all options that are chosen are described here. And we see here a 3D model. You can also download here by pressing this button, a 3D step file. One more time, without registration, without confirming emails or whatever. It's for free, you can download it. It's a high quality 3D file. And what we see now, it takes a while. The dimension drawing is creating now. It's a very complicated process. So it's counting everything, it's putting all the parts together, the program in the background. So I think if you are experienced in how to use a 3D program, how to construct, how to build up this kind of product, I think you are not able to do it in 1 minute. We have here, maybe it can take 50 seconds, maybe 1 minute, but then here we are. You get a complete drawing with all dimensions. No dimension is missing. Everything is yeah, there. And also here the accessories are. You can find the dimensions on the accessories, also the carriages, the strokes, the complete length of the system. Then you have also here an LTW number. I will put it in my cache to show you another function. Yeah, you can download this this drawing, or you can save it. You can print it and yeah, send it to another department. Whatever. You can also add it with one click to the shopping basket and order this system. It's like here, it's will be delivered in 48 hours. And now I would like to show you these functions here. You find this button actions. I will reset my configuration. And now we go back to the first step. Everything is resetted. Everything is, we're starting a new configuration. If you already have done a configuration like we have done now, and you want to change something, maybe a few days later, and you have this drawing, you can put in this LTW number, like here, enter double LTW ID. I have saved it. And now I say, okay. And the complete configuration is there again. So I can go through the steps and, for example, change the stroke, because I found out, okay, during constructing in my project, the stroke has changed. I need it maybe in 350 millimeters, or change other options. It's very easy to upload it, to change it, and go on to the last step. And yeah, have this configuration again. You can also, if you don't want to save the drawing, you can also save the configuration. You will get a configuration file, and you can also upload this configuration file. The effect is the same like entering this LTW ID. And what I would like to do is to show you something else. I will reset also again this configuration. It's not necessary, but sometimes it's better to have a new, to start with a new configuration. So I would like to show you another example, the motor. If you need a electric driven or motor driven linear system, you can choose this motor option. And then the second step is always the same. For example, I will take this size 20 just to show you how it works. Stroke of 300 millimeters, for example. Also here the price changed. It depends on the stroke. And now we have in the fourth step, we had in the first presentation, we had the accessories. Now we have the motor options because we have chosen in the first step the option motor, that is a motor-driven linear system. We can choose between a stepper motor or a DC motor. Let's take a stepper motor, and then we have options of the size of the motor and the strength of the motor. Let's take a NEMA 23 motor with 2 Newton meters of torque power. And then you can also design, you can choose if you need an encoder or if you need a brake as an additional option. And also here, always the price will be the live price for your system. If you don't need a brake, it's a lower price. If you say, okay, I need a brake, the price is, it's counted in the background in depending of what kind of options you have chosen. Then you can also choose the connecting cables for the motor. Maybe we say 5 meters unnecessary, and the type of the connector, if it's angled or straight, the switch kit, also a lot of options. Also a cable for the switch kit here, 5 meters. And last but not least, you can also choose a motor control with one click, okay? Without a motor control, with a motor control. The big advantage is when you order this configuration now, you get everything in one box. So you get this linear system with the motor, it's assembled completely. You get the connectors, you get the cables, you get the switch kit. So everything is in one box. Out of the box, plug in, and it works. This is a big advantage of it. So you don't have to look for other cables or whatever, or other accessories. This is a complete system. Let's see also on this dimension drawing how it looks like with the motor on it. Also here, it takes a while. In this during this drawing is loading, I will show you the third option with the pin. I go to the fourth step. This is the step where we had in the first example, we could choose the accessories or the motor or the special pin. Now we have a kind of standard pin. So if you don't change these values, you will have a pin with a length of 17 millimeters and a diameter of 10. You can also choose the option of a stepped pin. You can also put here different values for it. And I would like to show you one thing. Okay, it's not possible because here also all these values are proved. That means in the background, this application is checking the values against each other, and if something doesn't work, you will see this information, and the application says, okay, the D1 must be less than D2. So let's go back to the size 10, okay, and then you can also choose machining options for the pin, okay? Maybe here you want to plug a motor on the pin, and you need a feather key groove in the open style. So you can also say here the length has to be 6 millimeters, for example, and the depth is maybe 2 millimeters. Okay, everything is fine. When I say, just to show you that everything is really proved, if I say the depth I want a depth of 10 millimeters, also here, the application suggests choose the depth between these two values. So because it makes no sense to put a depth of 10 millimeters inside on a 10 millimeter pin, because no material will left. So take 2 millimeters. Also, different tolerances are possible to choose. Live price for this configuration. So I have here one system, one piece I can order with a special pin, with an individualized pin for you for 337 euros roundabout, with 3 carriages. I can put it in the shopping basket, I can order it. And let's see what in our other application we have chosen this motor kit for this application, for this linear system. And also here we get a drawing, and the rest is the same. You can save it, you can upload this LTW number, you can download the 3D step file for this system. And yeah, you are invited to play around with it. It's not possible to do mistakes inside the system because everything is proofed, like I said. And if the system is working in your application, we cannot prove, not yet, but this is your thing. But yeah, inside the system, all combinations that are able to choose are working. So the system is always working and it's always correct. Thank you very much, Wim.
Thank you very much, Darius. Thank you for your very complete explanation. So you are now able to configure a linear table on your own. It doesn't mean you have to do it alone. If you need any assistance, any help, we are of course here to help you. So please do not hesitate to contact us, of course. The presentation comes now to an end, and so we will maybe check up the question we receive in the meantime.
Yeah, who wants to present the first question?
Yeah, I want to, Darius, I want to thank you for showing us this complete tool. But I was wondering, because now the customers are able to configure their own SHT table, but can they do it on any device, like on their iPad, on their smartphone, or what can you tell us about that, please?
Yes, this application is responsible. That means it runs on every device. The only thing you need is you have to be connected to internet, and then you can choose this configurator on your iPad, on your iPhone. I wouldn't do it on the iPhone because it's maybe too small, but you are able to do it also with all this function: upload, download configurations, change the system, and yeah, make your iPhone or your tablet to a 3D construction device. So it works.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, maybe.
Sorry.
Chat box.
I can present another question. One question arrived here. Is it possible to order the system also in different strokes? Yes, the strokes are not fixed. So you can order it in 1 millimeter steps. We cut it for you, we build it for you, and then you get it. So for example, if you need a stroke of 253 millimeters, type in the stroke, and we will cut the length of the spindle and the shaft, and you can order your individual stroke that is necessary for your application.
Thank you, Darius.
Okay, great.
Yes, is it possible to have, I see stainless steel, I think about water. Would it be possible to configure a linear unit with a motor that can run underwater, for example?
Yes, of course. Go inside the configurator, choose the option of water. We have motors on stock that are water resistant, so also applications underwater with motor are possible, yes.
Thank you, thank you.
So I would say thank you very much. Questions can always be sent to us, to Simon, me, and Joran. Yeah, thank you for your attention.
Thank
See
you
you next time.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, merci beaucoup, thank you well. And yeah, don't hesitate to contact us if you have questions or need help for the configurations or how to order or bigger quantities that are maybe not here in this application. So you are always welcome. Call us, mail us, and you can also choose the contact formula on this inside the configurator. Okay, thank you for joining us. Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Simon.
Bye.